Hello everyone, welcome back to the Great Book Review video series. I am Complete Yourself. Horse is a historical novel by writer Geraldine Brooks, published in 2022. The book follows the life of a racehorse named Lexington and its relatives across ages and places. Difference. This is a story about art, science, love, obsession, and race. The book has received positive reviews and high praise from critics and readers alike. In this review, I will give my opinion on the book and analyze the factors that make it so compelling. I will divide the article into three main parts: characters, plot, and message. Part 1: Characters. The book features two main characters, Jarrett and Theo, two black men from two different periods and places, but both related to Lexington. Jarrett was a groomer in Kentucky in 1850, when slaves were still here. He has faced many hardships and dangers in life, but there have also been moments of happiness and pride while working with Lexington. Theo was an art history doctoral student in Washington in 2019, who came across a Lexington painting in the trash. He was intrigued by the story behind the painting and determined to learn more about Lexington and Jarrett. Both characters are portrayed in a profound and complex way, revealing their feelings, thoughts, and desires. They also show courage, loyalty, and respect for Lexington and others. An example of the character's complexity is when Jarrett has to decide between staying with Lexington or running away for his freedom. In an excerpt from the book, he says, "I love him as a friend. I know he loves me too. But I can't live like an animal forever. I want a family, a home, a life of my own." Page 123. This is Jarrett's heartfelt and moving confession that shows him not only an ordinary horse groomer, but also a man of great values and aspirations. However, he also did not forget his affection and responsibility for Lexington, who helped him overcome many challenges. This is a difficult and painful choice for Jarrett, showing that he is not only driven by circumstances, but also has the ability to decide his own destiny. Brooks used smooth and emotional language to describe Jarrett's thoughts and feelings during this decision-making process. She also uses symbolic means to enhance the meaning of the story. For example, Lexington is considered a symbol of strength, life, and spirit, while the rosary carried by Jarrett is a symbol of faith, hope, and freedom. These symbolic means help the characters become more alive and closer to the reader. Part 2: The plot. The book has a fascinating and varied plot, alternating between past and present, between locations as diverse as Kentucky, New York, Paris, and Australia. The book has many unexpected and suspenseful details, such as when Jarrett has to run away from slave hunters, when Theo has to confront a bandit, or when Lexington has to compete in thrilling races. The book also has many vivid and realistic details about the world of racing horses, from how to care and train to how to design paintings, analyze bones. The book not only tells the life of Lexington and those associated with him, but also tells the history of America through the ages, from slavery to the civil rights movement, from the Civil War to the Civil War. Financial crisis. An example of the plot's appeal is when Theo discovers that the Lexington painting he found in the trash is a precious work of Edward Troy, a famous equestrian painter. He decided to take the painting to a New York art dealer to confirm its value. However, when he arrived, he was kidnapped by a robber and asked to hand over the painting. Theo must use his wits and courage to get out of a dangerous situation and protect the painting. In the process, he also uncovers a great secret about the origin of the painting and the role Jarrett played in its creation. This is a suspenseful episode, showing the connection between the past and the present through images. Brooks used stretching to increase tension and suspense in this episode. She also uses descriptive methods to create a gloomy and menacing atmosphere for the reader. For example, she describes the art dealer as a tall, thin man with messy silver hair and sharp eyes. Thank you for listening. If you find it interesting, please give me one like and one channel subscription to update the latest videos from me. Page 234. She also describes Theo's kidnapped room as a dark, damp, foul-smelling cellar, page 237. These means of depiction help the reader perceive Theo's danger and anxiety. Part 3, Message. The book has a strong and meaningful message about race and fairness. The book shows the injustices and discrimination that blacks have suffered in American history, as well as their efforts and sacrifices to win freedom and equality. The book also shows the link between generations and cultures through Lexington, a symbol of strength, life, and spirit. The book engages readers to reflect on the value of life, love, and art, and their responsibilities toward the past and present. An example of the book's message was when Theo discovered that Jarrett was one of the first black people to be recognized as an art painter in America. It is known that Jarrett had to overcome many barriers and prejudices to pursue his passion, and has contributed in part to preserving black history and culture through his paintings. Theo feels admiration and respect for Jarrett, and is determined to restore his reputation in the art world. This is a touching and inspiring episode that shows the cohesion and celebration between different generations and cultures. Brooks used the technique of time shifting to create contrast and connection between the past and the present in the book's message. She also used comparative means to enhance the meaning of the story. For example, she compares Lexington to a bright star, an eternal flame, or a dragon flying in the sky. These means of comparison help readers feel the special and important Lexington in American history and culture. In this review, I gave my opinion on the book Horse by Geraldine Brooks and analyzed the factors that make up its appeal. I have divided the article into 3 main parts: characters, plot, and message. I used examples and quotes from the book to illustrate my point, as well as explain how Brooks uses language, symbols, techniques, and comparisons to communicate his story. I ended each paragraph with a concluding sentence that linked the main ideas. In my opinion, this is a very good book and worth reading. The book not only gave me knowledge and information about American history and culture, but also touched my heart. The book also made me reflect on important and pressing issues of today's society, such as race, equity, responsibility, and values. I greatly admire Brooks' talent and creativity in his work of combining elements of history and fiction to create a unique and profound work. I think this book will satisfy anyone who loves historical fiction, or who wants to explore a story about racing and the people associated with him. Finally, I would like to suggest that you read some questions or topics for further discussion of this book. You can answer for yourself or share with others for different perspectives. Here are some questions or topics that I think will be interesting and helpful. Do you see any similarities or differences between Jarrett and Theo? Do you think they can understand each other? Did you see Lexington as a character in the book? Do you think Lexington has any feelings or thoughts? Do you see any connection or influence between art and science in the book? Do you think these two fields can harmonize or conflict with each other? Have you seen what the book means for the present day? What do you think we can learn from this book? I hope you have enjoyed this book as well as my reviews. I look forward to your feedback and comments. Thank you for listening. Complete yourself, good book review. Let's learn and grow together through good books.